student of third language Nepali, class 7. So today we are going to learn the new chapter, that is Agyakarita, obedience, Agyakarita. So before that we have learned the Nepali numbers from 0 to 100, Shunya to 100. So please don't forget that one. You have to keep that in your mind. You have to memorize it. Okay? You should not forget that one. Every day you have to learn that one. So after that now we are going to learn this Agyakarita, obedience, the new chapter. So before that, just open the book and keep in front of you. So whenever I read, listen the pronunciation, how I pronounce. Listen the pronunciation, how I pronounce of each word. Okay? Harek shabdako pronunciation ramai suni. Okay. Agyakarita is heading. Agyakarita means obedience. Iba Chetri, लेखक को इबा छेत्री. एक दिन गोपाल कृष्ण गोखले गांधी जी को आश्रम में जानु भयो. So one day what happened? One of the men was there. His name was Gopal Krishna Gokhale. I think he is a Maharashtrian. Gokhale, all this kind of surname we get in Maharashtra. Okay? So एक दिन गोपाल कृष्ण गोखले गांधी जी को आश्रम में जानु भयो. One day one man, his name was Gopal Krishna Gokhale. He went to the hermitage of Gandhiji. Hermitage means ashram. In the hermitage of Gandhi, he went there. Ashram ko vyavastha dekera uni धेरै प्रभावित भए. So when he went there, he saw the condition of that hermitage ashram. He saw the condition of that hermitage, mud, ashram. He was influenced so much. After seeing that, he influenced so much, very much influenced. He was influenced so much. उहाँले आश्रममा गान्धीजीलाई भेटेर सोध्ने इच्छा गरे. So when he went to the hermitage also, in a hermit also he went to the hermitage in the ashram. So he had eagerness to ask Gandhiji. He wanted to ask Gandhi. He had that eagerness to ask Gandhiji about this, how he was keeping this ashram in the hermitage very nicely, very peaceful, very sound, how he could manage these things. So he had this eagerness to ask Gandhiji. Gopal Krishna, then he told, जस्तो तरिकाले तपाईले यो आश्रमको सञ्चालन गर्नुहुँदैछ यो देखेर म धेरै प्रभावित भए. He asked Gandhiji, the way you are running this hermitage, ashram, the way you are running, seeing this, looking after this ashram, I am very much influenced with this. I am very much influenced the way you have running this ashram, running this hermitage. तपाईले सबलाई के सन्देश दिनुहुन्छ? What kind of message you used to give to your students? What kind of message you give to the students so that this kind of environment you could create in this place? गान्धीजीले, he told गान्धीजीले भन्नुभयो, म समाजलाई धेरै राम्रो उपदेश दिन्छु. I give good teachings to the society. Good teachings to the society. I want to give the good teachings to the society. Mainly, मुख्यत ठुला बडाको आज्ञा पालन र आफू कर्तव्य प्रति आदर र श्रद्धा गर्न सिकाउँछु. First and very important thing is that I tell my student to respect the elders, respect their father and mother, respect their grandfather, grandmother, respect your mama, maiju, kaka, kaki, teachers, whoever comes in front of you, who are the elders, you have to respect them first. And always respect and have to be obedient with them and always have to be obedient. That's the main thing that I teach here. Always be obedient, be faithful, to your elders, and always be respectful to the elders. Respectful with your parents, with your grandparents, with your kakas, your mamas, teachers, whoever comes. What the Sundays, what the message that the message I give to my students. गोपाल कृष्ण तपाईं यी कुरालाई किन यति महत्त्व दिनुहुँदैन? Why are you giving? Again, he has already eagerness from inside to ask, why are you giving that much important to that matter? On that matter, why are you giving so much important to that matter? Why? Again, Gopal Krishna asked Gandhiji. Gandhiji says, तपाईले श्रवण कुमारको प्रीत भक्तिको बारेमा के सुन्नु वा पढ्नु भएको छ? Then he asked the question. Gandhiji asked the question to that man, Gopal Krishna Gokhale. Have you ever heard the name of Shravan Kumar? His devotion towards his parents. Have you ever had that story? Gandhiji asked that man. Gopal Krishna Gokhale, he started to say, he says, त्यति याद त छैन तर मैले कता पढेको थिएँ. Yes, I know somehow, but I don't know that much, but somewhere I have heard. Somewhere I have heard that one. In my ear it came, but that much I haven't read about this story, about him, Shravan Kumar. You might have also read the Shravan Kumar, his parents was blind. Still he used to carry in the basket two sides. One side his mother and one side his father. Both of them were blind, but he used to carry them. He used to wear whatever their parents say, he used to obey. Whatever parents tell him to do, he used to do that work. That was obedient he was, as Shravan Kumar. Gandhiji, यो एउटा आज्ञाकारी केटोको कथा हो. The story is about the obedient boy. That story was there. The story about the obedient boy who has a very obedience. He was obedient with his parents. ऊ आफ्ना मातापिताको सारै भक्ति र सम्मान गर्थ्यो. What he used to do, Shravan, he used to devote his parents and always used to be obedient to them. He used to devote. He used to look after them very well. Although they were blind, he used to look after them. He didn't make them feel to be sad. He didn't make them to feel them sad. That much happy he used to keep. That much obedience he was with him, and he used to devote them. मैले उनको मातृ पिता भक्तिको नाटक बाल्यकालमा पढेको थिएँ. I have Gandhiji saying, I have heard his that love, his devotion, he was obedience that he used to do to his parents. I have heard that story even in natak we call, no? In my childhood only I read this one about him, Shravan Kumar. अन्धा माता पिता प्रति उनको प्रेम र उनीहरूको हरेक आज्ञाको पालन यी सबले मेरो मनमा ठूलो प्रभाव पारेको छ. The way that Shravan Kumar used to do for his parents, his devotion, his love to his parents, the obedience, all because of all these things has influenced me a lot, Gandhiji said. All this kind of the quality that he had got, Shravan Kumar had, that had influenced me a lot, Gandhiji saying to that man, Gopal Krishna. कसरी उनले वृद्ध मातापिताको प्रेम र आज्ञा पालनका लागि सबै सङ्कटहरूको सामना गरे. How he used to face the many difficulties, many dangers, how he used to face for his parents, for his blind parents. Many difficulties he has to face. Many danger he had to face. In many crises he had to face. He had to face in all these conditions in order to keep happy to his parents, in order to make them their life very peaceful, happy. All seeing these, there's something influence that had influenced the Gandhiji a lot in his mind. म आफ्नो विद्यार्थीहरूलाई यही शिक्षा दिन्छु. That's what I give the teaching. My teaching is this one to them, to my students. Be obedient to your elder, to your parents. Devote them. Love them. In whatever crisis comes, whatever danger is there, whatever circumstances will come, don't leave to love your parents. Don't go to the negative side of the parents. Whatever parents say, you have to obey. That's why I always used to say in the class also to my students also, God is there and God comes first and the second comes your parents. Parents is the second God for you. The way the God is looking after us, giving us water, sun, nature, everything is giving. In that way, your parents is also looking after you. In every way. They are providing to you everything, whatever you ask them. They are not telling you anything. They will not deny what you ask. They will provide everything what you ask. But now from you to what you want to do. Today the Gandhiji is saying, you don't have to do big things, but be obedient. Be faithful to your parents. Whenever you go to study. Don't, for just the sake of the world, don't study for the sake of parents. No. So parents is there coming out, open the book and no. If you are obedient with your parents, like a Shravan, Kumar, you will come to know how I have to study. And you have to love your parents, no matter whatever circumstances will be there, whatever danger is there, whatever difficulties is there. You have to love your parents. In order to love parents, you have to do your work very sincerely. Very sincerely, you have to You have to do your work very sincerely. What is your work? What is your duty? Is to study. Do that one nicely. Do it very seriously. Although it is an online class, you are at home, you have a mobile, but don't take that mobile negatively. Take it in a positive way. For what sake your mother, parents have provided you the mobile, use for that. Use for that sake only. Study whatever online class come to you. Take them, see the video clip or in YouTube, whatever the lesson from the school they are sending. See that one and be serious. In that way, you will be the obedience with your parents. In that way, you will love your parents. Okay? यो कुराले उनीहरूलाई एउटा राम्रो व्यक्ति बन्नुमा मद्दत गर्दछ. In that, this is the word, this obedience, love, whatever they are there, faithfulness, this will lead you in a good path. This will lead you in their good life. It will help them to live their life in future peacefully. Gopal Krishna Gokhale saying, yes, ठीक भन्नुभयो. Yeah, you are right. You are saying very correctly. हजुरले हामीले हाम्रा ठुला बडाले दिएका शिक्षाको अनुसरण गर्नुपर्दछ र यसलाई भावी पिढीसम्म पुर्याउनु पर्दछ. We have to follow what our elders are saying, what our parents are saying. We have to follow them. We have to accept them. We have to adhere them, and we have to reach these things for the future, to the future generation. We have to give this message to the future generation also. Otherwise it will vanish. Otherwise the future generation will not respect their parents. The future generation will not love their parents. Now also we see some of the what they do, the elders, father, mother, they are sending them to the old home, old age home. They are sending. Why? They don't have love their parents. So we should not do that. Like a servant poor, we have to obedience with our parents. We have to love parents. We have to be faithful to our parents. This is what the lesson we get from this story. Okay? From this obedience. So for today, this much only. Okay? So what you have to do, learn this one. In your book, your copy, you write the meaning, and do number 1. You write in the copy this meaning. Number 2, here, do number 2, number 3, and number 4. Do this one. Next time I will send the correction, and next time we will start the new chapter, that is Birbalko Kichari. Next chapter we will learn. Okay? So for today, this much only. Thank you. Be safe.